Oh, hello, 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 hello. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Gemini. We have a difficult reading here. We have a very important reading for you. Come one, come all. Come one, come all. I'm just sitting here doing the reading. I don't bite. Come into the room. Look, I'm going to first lower this volume because all the mail is coming in. And do the reading for you by first mixing the cards. And I forgot to tell the other signs. I have the, where is the box? Where can I show you the box? Can I show you the box? Does she have the box? Yes, she has the box. Yes, she has the box. As you can see, I'm in a different setup here. I'm on the road in a very hot place. I have the Universal Tarot of Fantasy of Imagination, Universal Tarot of Fantasy of Imagination that I'm working with today. And while I'm mixing the cards, I'll just tell you, Gemini, go visit my website and maybe there's something that you find that may help you. It's www.christellemartinette.com, or that you may need. So I have a new moon spread. New moon the new moon in Gemini is emerging the 3rd of June, coming up soon. And this reading spans the first 2 weeks of June. I can't believe it's June already, but let's see. So I'm going to put down the cards, show you the cards, and then we'll tell you what each card corresponds to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's show you them first off, Gemini. Hi there. Hi, Nancy. The first card is the Ace of Wands. Oh, Nashville, Tennessee. Can you imagine? I went to Nashville. Way back in when Ronald Reagan was being voted in. Can you imagine? It was during the elections for Ronald Reagan. I was working there as an interpreter for a European group. I could remember it clearly. All of the returns were coming in and they wanted to know. It was almost midnight. Then, so we have the Ace of Wands, Then that shows you how old I am. That's the Ace of Wands is the first card. The second card, really powerful cards. You have Gemini. This is the Judgment card. Then we have the Page of Cups. And then we have the King of Cups. Very interesting in this position for you, Gemini. For Taurus, instead of the King of Cups, there was the Queen of Cups in this exact position. Then we have the last card is the Nine of Swords. Whoa, we just talked about that in the Aries reading. We talked about the fears. So what am I looking now at? The first card represents what you released in the last full moon period. It was the full moon in Scorpio, remember? And we have this Ace of Wands. Now, with your power, because this is talking about power, with your power, you were able to come out of a very, very difficult cycle, a cycle of inaction, a cycle of no action, a cycle where you were stuck in a rut. And that was what you were released, because the Ace of Wands is a very is a very powerful, passionate card. And it gives you the opportunity to really release an attitude that has you stifling, has you in a rut, has you just immobile. Now, we'll go around the room and I'll use the VERA SIBILLA to show you then the details of that. Now, this card, the Judgment card, talks about what is going on now for you. And it falls in line with what I just said. You released inaction. Now it's your turn. You're on the spotlight. You're, spotlight on Gemini. It is the new moon in Gemini. And this is very, very, it's very, very adapted to you. And the Judgment card tells you, look, Gemini, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to dance. You get on that dance floor, you're going to have to dance. You wanted the spotlight. Now you have the spotlight. This is a call to action. This is a wake-up call. This is what is this is what is going on now. So this whole new moon cycle in Gemini is a moment when you have the spotlight, and when you're in the spotlight, you remember when we were children, when you were really child, everyone goes through this usually. There are plays, and to help young children remember, get rid of their fears of talking in public, and to get rid of a lot of difficulties interacting with fellow students. Schools usually put them on stage and have them memorize lines. Now, you know that the difficulty of being up there in front of all the people that you know, and many you don't know, your parents, sisters, brothers, and you just are frozen. Okay, well, that's what you released. That's what you released. And now the judgment card is here to tell you back on stage. So you have to start dancing. You have to start acting. Then we have the card that talks about what are you creating? What are you creating? And there's this Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups always talks, I don't want to say always, but it is a card that tells you something is coming to you. And since it is the cups, it's a cup. It is something coming to you of emotional value. Cups are always filled, and cups will be carrying something for you. What are you creating? You yourself are creating the opportunity to have something come back to you. For example, if you put, let's say, just when you released at the end of the new moon, the full moon cycle in Scorpio, when you released that immobility, you decided, I have to get a new job. I'm going to go to my supervisor. I'm going to go to the boss. I'm going to go to the president of the company. I'm going to ask for a raise. I'm going to tell him what I'm worth. You start that process. There's no turning back, because you throw that little pebble in the pond, and the ripples are there, and the ripple effect is coming to you. And what you're manifesting is a return of something that you desired. And it could be, when I say of emotional value, it could be a loved one. It could be a new person. It could be, but it has emotional value to you in any case. Of course, if I'm looking for a new job, and it took me all the strength that I had to go talk to that person, that is an emotional difficulty. That is an emotional value for you. Then again, we'll look at the details with the Vera Sibilla card. So, cards. Now, when we saw the King of Cups, this is what is emerging for you. What then will come your way? You were creating the opportunity to have something returned to you, emotionally speaking. What will be emerging for you is the King of Cups, the epitome of emotional strength. The King of Cups could be a person. Okay, this could be a King of Cups. It could be a water sign that is emerging for you. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They may be emerging for you in your life in this new moon cycle, the new moon in Gemini. It could be an energy, and the energy of the King of Cups is an energy of benevolence. And I say this also for the Queen of Cups, whereas the Queen of Cups has the nurturing effect of benevolence. The King of Cups has the wisdom of benevolence in your regard. Now we have the card that tells you how can you realize your goals. How can you bring them to manifestation, your goals? And I have this Nine of Swords. This is the weakness here, Gemini, for you. How can you bring them about? Now, we've gone through this cycle, right? We said what you released, and it was difficult for you. You released it, and then what you're creating, and what is going on right now, for you. And these were all things that emotionally you sought, and you conquered your fears, and did then go forward seeking a new love or seeking a promotion. But the fears now is, how can you realize your goals? It is through conquering those fears, because there's a last step here, Gemini. Things just don't come to you and are thrown to you. You do the work, of course, as you have been doing, and it comes to you. But then ultimately, in final analysis, you have to walk the walk. You've done all the talking, now you have to walk the walk. What does that mean? You get the job. You get the job. The job is extremely difficult in the sense that it's much more than you expected. More money, more responsibilities, more hours, more. Will you stand to the challenge? You are, the judgment is here telling you, you are on stage and you need to act. The fears are going to be there. By conquering those fears is how you reach your goals. You enact the position that you were, that you manifested. You enact the fact that you are a new director. You enact the fact that you're a new supervisor. You are a coordinator of something. You have made progress. You have gone up that step, the ladders of success. Of course, there's fear there, and conquering this will bring you to where you want to go, to realize your goals. Now, the Vera Sibilla cards. And I'm going to look at a few things here. And first of all, I'm going to look at this Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands was what you released. What did you release? I'm going to go to... My birthday is today, Deceiving Goddess. No, not today. I can't see because my screen is too small. So my birthday is. So you must be a Gemini, I gather. I can't read the rest from here. Maybe later I can read it. All right, let's go to the Ace of Wands, what you released. And what was that? Disgrazia, disgrace. We have La Giovane Fanciulla, the young lady, which is the Virgin of the deck, and Amica, which is harmony, friend, female friend. It is harmony, represents harmony. Now, what did you leave behind? What did you release? Obviously, something that was disastrous, that went up in flames, something that ruined your life, something that you could no longer stand. And however, we've got this new territory that is emerging for you, this new ground, so you can understand, Gemini, what the fear is all about. You're breaking ground here in this new moon cycle. And because you have the opportunity now, it's a new moon in Gemini. And the Amica, the female friend that talks to harmony here, is a card that tells you that if you are able to conquer those fears that you did leave behind, that immobility, harmony will be enacted. Harmony will be flowing to you. Now I'd like to look at that judgment card, which is what is going on now. What is going on now? Being on stage and having to act. Let's see. Gemini. I've got the Gran Consolazione, this beautiful card, the Great Consolation. It's the best card in the deck. Messaggero, the messenger, and Allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart. What is going on now? Well, it looks as if when I said the spotlight is on you, you are in the limelight. I meant it because the accent is on you, positively speaking and negatively speaking. For those of you who are a bit more timid, it will be a big greater burden to start dancing on stage in front of everybody. But this is what you are manifesting. Now, I'm going to the card that talks of, well, this King of Cups, this, what is emerging for you? What is emerging for you? Ah, la, la, la. We've got Gelosia, the jealousy card. We'll talk about that. Amore, love card. And we've got denari, the safe money. What is emerging for you? Could we want more than that? Money and love? Could we want more than that? Money and love? Could we want more than that? Money and love? Fear. This represents fear. And of course, fear of, and what is she going to say? Every now and then I hit on this story. I talk about this. Many of you have experienced this, and I see it over and over and over again. We want something so badly. We want a person so badly. We want a job so badly. We want something so badly. When we know, the moment that we know that it's coming and we've got it, we are there. That person is there for us. We fall apart. We fall apart. We take a step back. We're frightful. And this is what I'm seeing that is occurring to you, because you have success. Success is in your reach, and you want to go hide. You want to go hide. So I'm going to take a 3 more cards on this fear. And I get Viaggio, the movement card. Trip, movement, travel, allegria, happiness, and costanza, constance. These tell us, ladies and gentlemen, that if you can keep the pace up, in relation to what your goals are, what you did, what you're going to do, what is manifesting, what you are manifesting, and what is emerging for you, then everything will go your way. It will go your way. But the real key is to keep on the move, The spotlight is on you, and you have to keep moving. This Gemini, you've got to keep on moving. You need to exploit this new moon in Gemini cycle energy, because you can create such marvelous things, such astounding, surprising things that you don't even think you were able to do. I think you're able to do it. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini friends. I do hope this was of help to you. Like and like and subscribe to my channel and share my videos. I would appreciate that. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet together again in the full moon cycle. Bye-bye.